What's up, YouTube Buzz? Today we're going to do an open box demonstration on the Drill Doctor. It's the 350X, I'll show you. But open box demonstration, I took it out of the box. Here it is. Drill Doctor 350X. Works good. Now, obviously I've sharpened a few bits just to go through this. Now it does have a user guide and it has instructions in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know how to do it. I find it a lot easier to just, like most of my videos, to show you how this is done. It's very simple. It's got sharpening innovations for different cuts and whatever. All drill bits in this machine are sharpened at the same angle, so you can do that too. Of course, warranty, you know, you can do your warranty stuff or whatever. But okay, what I want to do is I have this stuff by Rigid is hardened steel, so I've sharpened a couple of these hardened steels, which I'll show you. And just for reference, they sharpened. You can see I have a few drill bits to sharpen. They sharpen the same. They can do masonry bits with this too, but these hardened steel ones for drilling steel versus these standard ones, they seem to sharpen about the same, so I'm not gonna bother going through which one is which. But here's the chuck, and this is the most important part of this. You take the bit that you're going to use, insert it down through the hole, comes out the top. Now these two little things here are guides. What you do is screw this down, keep going down until you get this bit for those guides to fit in. See how the bit's twisting now? A little bit more. There you go. See how that's twisting in and out now? Now I want to get this until it's snug. There she's twirling good, you know. A little bit more. I want it to be snug. It says to leave it loose, but I'm touching it just little by little until this is snug. There she's, and back it off, touching on. Okay, that's snug. Okay, so now that you have that snug and she's twisting in and out, leave a little bit sticking out. Now you'll notice on the insertion, or on the, I don't know what this piece is called, the chuck. Okay, here's a line 1, so you insert into the machine and from this line and you turn it to the arrow. Back it up a little bit, put it back down, and you go from the second line, 2 lines to this arrow, which would be, once you get this set, okay, and you're in there, have your chuck set, you would start on this first line, turn it on the machine, and I'll show you how that works. But you do that and you turn this to that arrow, back up, put it down, turn it, go there, arrow 2. I did all mine like 3 times. Then you would lift it up, bring it over to the second one, put it down on it, turn it on, go to the end of that arrow. I find going past that arrow to about there works the best to make sure you get all of the bit. So 3 times, 1, 2, 3. A lot of people just turn it like that, but okay, you understand the theory, first line, second line? Okay, so what I do is put it down for this line to be there. Not cranking down on this, but just get it down, beginning of that thing, right at the beginning of this edge, that line. This thing will twist in and out like that, right? Okay, I push it down, twist it in and out until it's right down on there. You don't want to crank again, but hold this down a little snug. Get this down a little bit snug, and then I'm going to turn it. That will hold the drill bit still now. It's not very much. Let's see. Let's try this one more time. Okay. There it is. Snug. Twist. Push down on this a little bit. Make sure your line is there. Get this down to where it's just a little bit snug. Hold a little bit of pressure on it. And I tighten it because it's almost tight anyway. Now you can see not much sticks out of there. But you'll notice that the cutting edges line up with these 2 little slots. Right? The bit should be vertical like this, okay? So now that you got this lined up and ready to go, I'm gonna turn the machine on. It gets a little noisy. I will talk a little louder to get through it for you. But again, we start it up, we're gonna stick it in, and we're gonna run from there. You can see how when you turn it, you can feel the machine drops down a little bit, and that's to get the curve. So we're gonna start right there. Now what I do is I push, you can see there's a roller right there? See this roller? This rolls against that. What I do, when I push it in there, I push up, just a little bit up towards that, and I'll show you the difference how it doesn't touch real good, and when I touch up just a shade, it touches better. I push up a little bit of minimal force and turn it till the arrows pass there. Come back, do it again. Push forward towards there, and a little bit of pressure down and turn again. Then you'll go to the second line. So let's go ahead and try. It's gonna get a little loud, I'll talk louder. So here we go. See, it wasn't that dull, it only caught the edge of it, but push forward and go down. You can see how that was sharp. Now let's go to 2. I should have found a duller bit for this, I guess, but push it down, push forward and down a little bit and turn. This side was a little worse. Push down and forward. Open your chuck, pull the bit out. Hopefully you can see how nice that is. Let's go ahead and try another one. Let's try this one looks pretty shitty. Let's try this one. Again, put your bit through, crank it down until you get onto your inserts where she slides. Some of these don't slide as well as others, so you just got to kind of play with it. But there she's in. Put it on the first line. Again, when I have it pushed down and I'm holding this insert down a little bit, I move the bit in and out until I feel that it's bottomed right there good. Again, I hold that and I twist. So again, you can see up to these lines, it's vertical this way. This one looks a little more screwed up, so let's see how it goes. Yeah. 1. Pushing forward and down, a little minimal pressure. And a lot of people just turn, go right over to here. You can see this one's taking a lot more of the bit off. I'm doing 3 times. The bigger bit you get, you might have to do more. Loosen your chuck, pull it out. Looks absolutely perfect. You can see the back edge here, it's nice and sharp, which is what you want. That's what cuts. I'm hoping that shows how nice that is. I'm gonna try a little bit bigger. This thing will go from, I think, like 1/16 all the way up to a 1/2 inch bit. So obviously you're gonna have to open this up more. And again, this is a regular drill bit, it's not hardened, so. Okay, same story. Get her down on your slides. Where she'll slide back and forth. Get it to your first line. This side of it. Put down a little bit of pressure on there. Slide this, twist this in and out. Make sure she's snug down there. Hold that, give her a little twist. Okay, just like we said before, vertical with the lines. Go to your first line. On this side, start on this side, the line, white line. This could take a little bit more bite off it, so I think I did one side of this. up and a little bit of down pressure. Start on 2. Loosen your bit. I see how that took. Didn't quite take all of it. It cut it. It made the edge sharp, which is good. It didn't finish back here. I'm not absolutely sure how good that is. I mean, the cutting edge is there, so I don't know if the rest of that makes any difference, but let's try reinserting and doing it again. Now, the bigger the bit, the harder it's going to be to take that stuff off too. Remember that. Okay. First line. Get this down. Now you can maybe take off a little bit more of this bit by putting a little more pressure down on this and a little more pressure down on this when you tighten it. We can take maybe a little bit more off there to get rid of that rough edge. Let's try it. Oh yeah, taking more off. That was towards the end of the bit that we want to take off, so that would be about right here. Forward and minimal pressure down. Yeah, I took some more off. Actually pretty good on one side, not on the other, but. So you can play around with it, you know, and figure out if you need to take more off one side, put a little more pressure, put a little more up pressure, and, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, see? Well, that took that off, so let's try the other side. Move slow and be careful. This is a little motor. You don't want to tear up the electric motor and tear up that diamond wheel. So move slow is the key. Don't just crank on it and move real fast. You know, take your time. Well, that took most of that edge back. It's got a sharp edge now. But it's not taking that one edge all the way down. I don't know why that edge is filed down so far. That must have been something with me trying to sharpen it on a grinding wheel before when I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it's got the cutting edge sharp. Just for the hell of it, let's try another 1/2 inch bit. It might not be so bad, or doesn't have such a rounded edge on it, you know. I've tore up a lot of these bits over the years. A lot of these have just been sitting around and have not been touched or sharpened for so long. They're just tore up. Let's just try another bit. Best way to do it. Again, you can put your hand down palm, and then you can use your hands to tighten it. That gives you that stay down power. Let's try that. You can see, you can hear how it's taking it off right away. kind of doing the same thing. It's taking a whole bunch off, but just not quite enough. So all I'm gonna do is shove that thing forward just a shade. And this is what I'm talking about, trying something new. I'm just gonna move that forward just a skosh so it takes a little more off of it. Let's try that. Now for bits that are really bad, you might have to do this. Oh yeah, that's working. We're just gonna go 2. Oh yeah. Pushing that forward, just a skosh, like, you know, a piece of paper thickness or 2. Look at how that brought it right down. So like I said, there's some variables. This is not a exact thing, you know. This is the cheapest $50 model I could get online, and the reason I wanted to try it was to show you guys out there in YouTube land what you can get away with, and still, I mean, you could spend hundreds of dollars on a bit sharpener. Now, that little tidbit of information, look what that did. Just push that forward just a shade, and tighten it back down. And you could hear it taking it all off. Now that this drill bit is in shape, we shouldn't have to do that again, so. But there you go. That's what I wanted to do. Show you some. The littler bits are gonna go real easy, zit, zit, zit. Every one of them goes beautiful. As you go up, all the way up to this, you know, 3/8, 5/16, ½ inch. These are gonna get a little tougher, but it's got a nice cutting edge on each side, a nice tip. I think this, I tried a ½ inch and some smaller ones with this earlier. Thumbs up, man, it drilled perfect. So, $50, take your time. Don't crank on it, because that's just an electric motor with a diamond wheel. Now, I think the diamond wheel will stay sharper and not get grooves and wears in it, because if you try to sharpen you're going to be sharpening a lot of smaller bits, more than you probably will be your big ones. But I think doing big ones, after you do 4, 5, 6, 10 small ones, 20, whatever, run a couple ½ inches through there to keep that diamond disc smooth would be my recommendation. Just like when you're using a grinding wheel, people grind on corners and sides, and next thing you know, wheels all out around. Then you got to put a grinder tool on or try to straighten it out. This will just keep the surface of that disc in there, which you can see. I think you can see it in there, the little diamond spinner in there. That's all it is. And you can get at it through this little plastic window comes off, and they have a tool comes with it that you can use to, I think you can replace this. But you know, me personally, if I get 3 years, 5 years of sharpening a crap load of bits with this and it blows up or goes to hell, it's a $50 sharpener. So the 350X Drill Doctor, I'm giving it a thumbs up. Play with it a little bit when you watch my video, you know, just tapping that just a shade forward, how it wasn't getting all of that edge, took it right to it. So it just, this was off a little bit from all the years of screwing around and whatever. So there you go. Rug Doctor. Yeah, it's a shampooer. Drill Doctor 350X, thumbs up. Bob's Lawn Service and Plowing. I'm out.